Alright, you airplane bastard, I had enough of your don't call me Shirley antics. If you don't listen to me at all, I will beat you up. Oh, sorry about that. What I'm about to say is that the following you're about to see contains a reaction in two versions. You're going to be able to see one in color and one in black and white. Yes, even though Fantastic Four or Fant4stic First Steps takes place in the 60s, there will be two versions. One in color, one in black and white. So apparently you're going to be seeing a lot of them. But the only difference is that the film takes place in the 60s. And this reaction you're going to be seeing is done twice. One in color, which is the normal one, and one in black and white, which is the variation of it. But please keep informative of all that because, let's face it, it's going to be way more crazier than any other stuff that you'll be able to see. And I may have been also been referring to Fant4stic's First Steps as the Airplane 2, the sequel of the MCU. Because, let's face it, Airplane 2, the sequel, is a great film. But Fant4stic First Steps is kinda gonna be average when it gets to here. So, I don't know why. But, please keep ensure that you're gonna be seeing two versions. You're gonna be seeing the color one first with the launch itself, and you're gonna be seeing the black and white version without the launch. So it's gonna be two different versions over there. So, you're gonna be seeing the version color with the launch, and you're gonna be seeing the version black and white without the launch. So, at least we're trying to see both versions. But, yeah. And also, if you want to do some reaction mashups, there will be both versions in those mashups. One in color and one in black and white. So, yeah. And if you're wondering, why the hell am I on camera in this thing with this stupid freaking airplane artwork? I just had no choice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have something to deal with. I had enough of you, you stupid bastard! Where the heck did this come from? Okay. I did one for Superman Legacy. What the hell am I gonna do with Fant4stic First Steps? Well, apparently I'm gonna watch the trailer for it, so who cares? Anyway, let's look at this synopsis that 20th Century Fox and Marvel Corporation put out. Set against the vibrant backdrop of the 1960s inspired retro-futuristic world, Marvel Studios' Fant4stic First Steps introduces Marvel's first family, Reed Richards aka Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm aka Invisible Woman, John Storm aka the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm aka the Thing, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus, from Rise of the Silver Surfer, and his enigmatic herald Silver Surfer, also from Rise of the Silver Surfer, but this time it's a female. I guess they should have played Julie. I guess they should have got Julie Haggerty for it. And if Galactus' plans about the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal, like Jaws for the Revenge. This time it's personal. So now you may be wondering, why the hell am I in the hat and glasses? Well, if I take them off, I look like hell. But if I put them on, it gets crazy. But I know that I forgot to do this for Superman Legacy, but if you see me in glasses, you'll know that it's Clark Kent. But if I take them off, it's basically Superman. Or would it be? So, apparently this is basically going to be set in the 1960s, so I guess it means that it's basically going around in the same vein as... oh my god. Kind of like Calvin and the Colonel. You ever heard of that program? Oh my god. Like, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know why. But here's one thing that's left in common. If Airplane 2, the sequel, told us anything, that is that this Fant4stic First Steps feature will not make sense at all. Also, if you haven't seen Airplane 2, the sequel, or Flying High 2, open bracket, the sequel, close bracket, as it was called in Australia, Japan, the Philippines, the Netherlands, the UK, South Africa, so and so like that, you'll know that is the one that features this shot. And also this shot. And also this moment. And what I got here is basically a countdown or some sort. Yes, this is a new one basically. But apparently what I'm gonna see is that I'm gonna see the trailer for about, I guess in real time it's 3.5 minutes? But we're getting close. We're still getting close. Hopefully it might not be too terrifying as the German trailer for Airplane 2, the sequel, or Dying Long rather than Wild on Raumschiff, or The Incredible Journey in a Crazy Spaceship. But if it helps, it will indeed help. We're almost gonna be there for some reason. Who cares? It might not be true, but let's face it, it gets even crazier. And since we are currently 2 minutes in, that means we're gonna have to wait for the trailer to begin, so, you know, it's basically a piece of whatever the heck that is, but upon further inspection, but we're gonna get a really odd one, but I'm talking a bit gibberish. That's the word. I'm talking gibberish. And yeah, if you've seen the Superman Legacy trailer reaction, I talk way too much before the whole trailer thing starts. But we're almost at the anime intro duration, and we're getting close. This is getting true. And I'm really kind of stoked for this, because we're gonna be seeing a lot of stuff for it.
Future Foundation live broadcast. Stay tuned for more fantastic coverage.
Well, that seems a bit odd.
And the round-the-world track, according to reports from the Manned Spaceflight Meteorology Group, indicate all weather conditions are acceptable.
That's a big lie. So we'll see. We'll find out. Well, they did not lie, but apparently we got this globe. Okay, here we go.
From Rocket City, USA, inside the legendary U.S. Space and Rocket Center, the Future Foundation and Marvel Studios welcome you to a truly historic moment. Presented in dazzling, Fant4stic vision. And now, your guide through the cosmos, Angelique Rocher.
Hello and welcome. We are here live at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, home of Space Camp, preparing to launch, that's right, the first official trailer for Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four: First Steps. Now, as you can see behind me, I am joined by my flight crew this morning, hundreds of the most fantastic fans in the entire world, because we are about to thrust this next phase of the Marvel Universe with the official trailer for this next phase of the Marvel Universe. They're so excited.
But by the way, but before I will see this, hopefully the next phase of what this is, I did see Deadpool and Wolverine in the theater, and that was the only one in was it Phase 5 or Phase 4? I don't remember. I think the last one I saw before was Avengers Endgame, and that was really long.
That took America to the moon get the go for launch, we do have some very special guests joining us, experts who have traveled here to help us with our final flight readiness checks. Please welcome Marvel's first family, Evan Moss Backrack, Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Herbie, and Pedro Pascal.
Wait, wasn't that the cast that they revealed earlier, like last year? Don't get it.
I'm gonna get you to. All right. I don't know if I have to say it, but may I present to you the Fantastic Four. Oh. Well, hello. You look fantastic.
Well, so do you.
Oh, thank you.
You look like you're ready to go to space.
I mean, you know, my white boots are ready for this.
Yeah.
So, I gotta ask, team, we're about to take this into the stratosphere. We're about to launch this first official trailer. What do you want fans to feel when they get to watch this trailer for the first time?
I just want them to love it.
Now, Vanessa, you have spent a lot of time embodying this, and you've said so many incredible things. What has been the most, what have you loved the most about bringing this world to life? And what do you love most about Sue Storm?
Honestly, these three. It's been, they're the most iconic. They are Marvel's family, and you can't really manufacture chemistry between people, and you can try, you can act it, but we didn't have to. I mean, from the minute we all met, it felt like a family, and that was everything. I mean, that's really what the heart and soul of it is. And I was so blown away with Sue, and all the comics through all the decades. The fact that she was a mother, she's so like fiercely feminine. She's maternal, but she's so badass, and I just like loved her. Badass in my English accent. Yeah, and I just badass.
Somehow-
On a morning show.
Yeah, on a morning show.
Somehow you made it sound cooler. Joseph, I saw everybody checking out the Saturn V rocket that is sitting, behind us.
Yep.
I gotta ask, what do you think Johnny Storm would think of this place?
What do you think of this place? Oh, high ceilings, smiling faces. I think he'd love this place, yeah. As do I.
There's a lot of room to maneuver, and speaking of someone who had a lot of room to maneuver in the movie, Evan, you gotta tell me a little something, like, just a little teaser. What did it feel like the first time you got to say it's clobbering time?
Oh, you're making me think. You know what? We could do a little experiment, and everyone could turn to the person next to them and conjure as much love in their heart and whisper, "It's clobbering time," and everyone can feel that for themselves. Maybe that's a better way
I
to go
love this.
about
I
this.
love you. Would you
Should
like
we
me
do
to
that?
give you a countdown?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys, we
Crowd,
can
are
do
you
that?
ready? All right. One,
Yeah, last time for the Super Legacy trailer, I did the countdown, but this, I did not. I did not. This one, I'm not going to.
Now, Pedro, we've seen some sneak peeks, we've seen some hints, some photos, but we're about to watch the official trailer for the first time. What's going through your mind?
I thought I already answered a question.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he was in WW84. That one.
As Vanessa was saying, like, I haven't had an see them next. So to share that with everybody, because we put our hearts and souls and bodies into this thing, as did our entire crew and our director, and it's just our hearts, and to get to the day that we get to start sharing it with everybody and making all of you a part of that is really a special, exciting thing.
Well, I am hearing from my flight director that we have been given the go for launch. So, Fantastic Four,
About
I've got
damn time.
so many more questions for you, but the systems are ready, and we have got to get this trailer out into the world. So, if you can circle around that, actually, you know what? You're there. Yes, you're right. Right there. We're gonna get a fantastic, like a family. We're gonna hover, and now, my
Really?
flight
Are they gonna
crew,
merge
you're a part of
into?
history, so I'm gonna need you to give me
Are they gonna do the bit in Rise of the Silver Surfer when they merge in Joint Storm?
Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch!
Now it's time.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking he needs.
And Johnny never got fired.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny. Hutt. And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Holy crap. What a trailer. Oh my god. So, what can I say? Well, like I said, and I know I'm gonna show the poster for this, it's literally giving me Airplane 2 the sequel vibes. Yeah, that one right there. So, yeah. Well, it's not as bad as, you know, that one. So, yeah, well, anything I said about that was pretty minimal. Although I would say it's heavy on CGI. Again, it's pretty odd. The Marvel logo looks like a freaking, you know, those foldable paper things or whatever? I don't get that. The rest of it is odd. And just like with Superman Legacy, with that crypto thing, this gives us the Herbie from the cartoon. So it's basically the cartoon, only this time the Human Torch is added, even though the cartoon, the Human Torch is not in it. Oh dear God. Now you probably don't even know why, but I'm gonna have to say this. This is not what it is. But, well, it is, but it's not true. So, apparently this is kind of a big result. I don't know if I'm gonna see this. I might see Naked Gun 4 and the Quarter Law of Toughness, but yeah, I am gonna see this and then Naked Gun 4 and the Quarter Law of Toughness, but anything else? would not be really true. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch it again, but this time I'm gonna do something that I'm not gonna be doing before. I'm doing it in black and white, because even though this is set in the 60s, what does the 60s have? Black and white. So, I'm gonna be doing it in black and white right now. And we are now in black and white. Holy crap. This is gonna be one of the ones that is literally the most insane thing ever made. In fact, it's so black and white that even Calvin and Colonel is also black and white as well. So that means we're gonna look at the trailer in black and white for the very first time. First time? Really, it is. So, yeah, we are literally going to have a look at the trailer in black and white. Since this is the 60s, we already know what that meant, so we are getting ready. For the trailer in black and white. Okay. Are you ready for the black and white version of this whole thing? Let's do this. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to do a matchup with it, but just use both color and black and white.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
B-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking we need.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
What am I gonna say about this black and white version of this whole thing? Yeah, it's a good thing. It's pretty much that good. The color one, it's alright. The black and white one, it's actually really good. Am I gonna be seeing this whole thing? Pretty sure I might, I'm pretty sure I will. And this is coming from the guy who saw Tom and Jerry in the theater. So would I be so excited about it? Possibly. I'm gonna be seeing Minecraft in April, and possibly Naked Gun Porn and Core of Toughness in either July or August, but I don't know why. But at least if something actually happens, but it's still true. But now, for some reason, I am gonna be going back in color for the outro thing or whatever, so let's go back to color. And so we are back in color for like modern era or whatever. But yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this, but Fant4stic First Steps is going to be the Airplane 2, the sequel, or Flying High 2, for that matter, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What if Airplane 2, the sequel, was inserted into the MCU? I have no idea why I'm saying that, but by God, it will be ridiculous seeing Ted Stryker and Elaine Dickinson piloting the Mayflower 1 and traveling into the Marvel Universe. I don't think it will happen, but somehow it will. Anyways, if the Naked Gun 4 1/4 Law of Tumbness trailer or the full Lilo & Stitch trailer comes out, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna keep all of them in the right spot. Really don't want to do this again.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what?
Seriously, this is literally Crypto 2.0. If you want to send some stuff to me so I can check out what you have sent, please send it to this exact address. However, you may only send some stuff that I am interested in. No airplane, okay? Because if you send something like this, I will make sure that I will tell you that I do not like this film at all. Unless if you would send me that Zucker Abraham Zucker free film collection set that I'm gonna get for top secret, well, you can probably tell that I'm not gonna get it for Airplane, I'm not gonna get it for Naked Gun, I'm only getting it just for top secret. However, I do think that you should send the set as a whole because, let's face it, it's a big deal. So make sure you send stuff like this, or this, or this, or this. And yes, even Airplane 2 the sequel. Oh, and get this, a special collector's edition of Twister, complete with a steelbook that features not only the secondary poster artwork, but the image of the pipe scene on the back. Heck yeah, I'm getting this. Well, actually, we do have the double feature set, which consists of Twister and Twister, so we're pretty dang close. And also Airplane 2 the sequel, which had this cover. Just look at those nuts! I can't keep up with them all! And even the one in the original theatrical poster! Like, look at it! And just look at this poster for the worst film of all time! I mean, come on, do they really need to tie that plane up into another? I mean, that part never actually happened in the film! I mean, they clearly just used a toy model plane! Like, come on, really? And yes, this is what the plane actually looks like in the film. And here's another image of that same goddamn plane model, also from the film. God damn it, I hate this film. And its different titles, like this one known as Flying High, but I would refer to the film with this title. I just hated it so much. So make sure you send in to this address, and I hope to God I will look at them. And in the words of the good old immortal named Connor McLeod,
there can be only one.
If you came to party,